Nvidia versus AMD. Which stock should you buy? Here's what you need to know before making your decision. Both companies are leading the way in the AI space, but their current paths are very, very different. It's fascinating right now how Nvidia and Apple are practically neck and neck for the title of the world's most valuable company, racing to become the first ever $4 trillion company. Meanwhile, AMD sits at the market cap of around $200 billion, making it the 69th most valuable company globally, vastly different to where Nvidia is right now. Since going public, Nvidia's story is nothing short of extraordinary. We're looking at a mind-blowing 580,000% climb since its 1999 IPO. AMD though is not too shabby either, with a 41,000% rise from its IPO to its all-time high in March of 2024. Just not in the same league as Nvidia, certainly not as yet anyway. Since March 2024 though, these stocks have been telling a completely different story. Nvidia soared about 80%, setting record highs in the process, while AMD's taken quite a hit, dropping around 46%. So why the divergence if both are in the AI space, which is revolutionizing life as we know it? Let's start with Nvidia's incredible run. They've absolutely dominated the AI hardware space. Their GPUs, especially the H100 and the A100, have become the gold standard for AI training and inference. Every major tech company from OpenAI to Google and Meta is practically fighting to get their hands on Nvidia's chips. Their partnerships with cloud giants like AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud have been game changers. And here's what's really impressive. Nvidia isn't just about gaming anymore. That's how I certainly first heard of Nvidia many years ago, well before I got into stock investing. They have now expanded into autonomous vehicles, robotics, edge AI, you name it. Their financial results off the charts. The market's basically treating them as the pure play bet on AI's future. Now, let's look at AMD's story. While they've been crushing it in CPUs with their Ryzen and EPYC processors, they've been playing catch up in AI-specific hardware. Nvidia's CUDA ecosystem is so deeply entrenched that AMD is finding it tough to gain any traction. Sure, they're making progress in servers, but it's been slower than many hoped. The consumer GPU market hasn't been kind to AMD either. As pandemic-driven demand normalized and interest rates climbed, AMD felt the pinch more than Nvidia. Their AI roadmap, despite acquiring Xilinx, hasn't quite convinced investors they can challenge Nvidia's dominance. But here's where it gets interesting potentially for AMD in 2025. There's talk, rumors about a potential government-facilitated merger between AMD and Intel's chip design divisions, a move that could reshape the entire semiconductor landscape. Plus, AMD's acquisition of ZT Systems last year shows they're serious about beefing up their AI capabilities. AMD's got several potential catalysts lined up. Their Instinct MI300 series GPUs could start giving Nvidia some real competition. They're expanding into automotive semiconductors, and their custom silicon business, think PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X chips, continues to grow. The US CHIPS Act could give them a nice boost too. Looking at Nvidia's current stock price, it has settled into a range between $153 at the top end and $128 at the bottom end since November, part of a larger consolidation going back to June 2024. Don't let that sideways movement fool you though. These consolidation phases often set up the next big move, and given Nvidia's history of 1000% runs for the last two major uptrends, investors could be in for something special with the right mix of patience and action as 2025 unfolds. The AI demand shows no signs of slowing down. Nvidia's data center segment is exploding. We're talking $30.8 billion in Q3 fiscal 2025, up 112% year over year. Their move into healthcare, robotics, and autonomous vehicles could open up entirely new revenue streams. Of course, there will be challenges ahead. Nvidia's sky-high valuation means they've got to keep crushing expectations. They're facing increasing competition, regulatory scrutiny, and potential supply chain hiccups. AMD's got their own hurdles as well, catching up in AI, maintaining CPU market share, and managing tighter margins. So as investors, what's the play here? If you're a value investor who likes buying beaten down stocks, AMD might catch your eye. But be aware of the dark side of buy low, sell high, which gets very little mention. Stocks getting cheaper or dropping in price have a history of continuing to drop, taking investors deep into loss. Catching a falling knife isn't my style. I learned early in my investing career that I like my hands in one piece to catch trending stocks. As a trend follower, I don't believe in buying low and selling high. I believe in buying high and selling higher, especially with stocks that have a proven track record of upward trends. That's why for me, between Nvidia and AMD, Nvidia is the clear winner here. But timing is everything. One of the most underrated skills of a good investor is required right now, and that is the art of patience. I'm standing aside and waiting for a confirmed breakout from this consolidation before adding to my positions. We've been in Nvidia since early 2023, and now it's about being patient and waiting for the next uptrend phase to compound our gains further. In this market, sometimes the hardest thing to do is nothing at all. You may have heard the expression, standing aside is also a position. Well, people know these well-regurgitated phrases, they just don't execute them well at all. When a stock is in a sideways phase, this is the perfect time to execute patience. I've learned over the years that doing less leads to greater rewards. Whether you're Team Nvidia or Team AMD, there are some crucial market dynamics we need to consider as we move through 2025. For Nvidia, one of the biggest wildcards is the AI chip market's evolution. While they're dominating now, the landscape is rapidly changing. Companies like Google and Amazon are developing their own AI chips, and we're seeing interesting developments from startups like Cerebras and SambaNova. This could impact Nvidia's market share, but here's the thing. The overall AI chip market is expected to grow so explosively that even a smaller slice of a much bigger pie could mean continued growth for Nvidia. Another factor to watch is Nvidia's expansion into AI software and services. They're not just selling chips anymore. They're building entire AI ecosystems. Their AI enterprise software suite and the Nvidia AI Foundation cloud service show they're positioning themselves as an end-to-end AI solutions provider. This could open up entirely new revenue streams and help maintain their competitive moat. For AMD, the path forward is all about execution. Their new AI chips are promising, but they need to convince developers to adopt their software ecosystem. The ROCm platform is making progress, but they need more wins with major cloud providers and AI companies. The potential Intel merger, if it happens, could be a game changer, combining AMD's innovation with Intel's manufacturing capabilities and market presence. One often overlooked aspect is the growing importance of energy efficiency in AI chips. As AI models get larger and more complex, power consumption becomes a critical factor. Both Nvidia and AMD are investing heavily in this area, and breakthroughs in energy efficient AI computing could shift market dynamics significantly. Choosing the right stock is crucial, and no one wants to be part of the 99% who often get it wrong. Watch this video to learn how to pick winning stocks and grow your portfolio with confidence.